So, not too long ago, I got pulled over by the fucking police again. Now, it was a different municipality, but kind of sort of in the same general area. And when the officer pulled me over, he told me that my license plate cover was a little bit cloudy. That was why he pulled me over. Now, I was with my daughters. We were going out. I was taking them to dinner, and I told the officer, I'm like, I just got pulled over like 2 weeks ago because my license plate light was out, which was fixed. So this slightly cloudy cover, I mean, okay, man, whatever. So I ain't arguing with the dude. I just gave my driver's license. He went and ran, my license and came back and hurried up and gave it back to me and told me I can go. But here's the thing though. So when we got to the restaurant, I got out of the car and looked at my license plate without without the license plate light on. And clear as day, you can read it. Yeah, the cover was a little cloudy, but you could still clearly read the fucking tag. So then after I dropped them off, after we ate dinner and I dropped them off, I pulled over into a parking lot with my lights on, car running, and went back and looked at the tag again with the license plate light on, the headlights and all that stuff on. And you could clearly read the fucking tag. Now, am I saying that all law enforcement is bad or, that all law officers are dirty? No, I'm not saying that. But this just pure D seemed like another fishing expedition. Is it because I drive an older vehicle? And I drive an older vehicle, believe it. I mean, it's an older vehicle, it's paid for, but everything on it works. All of the lights work now, all of the, signals. And I mean, it's a paid for vehicle. I don't really care for, what something looks like. My thing is more about function. But I made this video to say that, I'm going through a lot of stuff right now. And I think a lot of us are. And it just pisses me off when I'm driving down the street in the city that I drive in, that I live in, and I see people doing donuts in the middle of the street in the middle of the day. I see people speeding and cutting people off and, cars smoking like Spy Hunter video game and tailgating and, massively cracked windshields and just doing all manner of stuff. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense. But I don't see any police. I don't see any law enforcement making any traffic stops on any of these people that are making this, the streets just hazardous to drive on. But in a 2-week period, I've been pulled over 2 times for some petty shit. Now, like I said, I didn't argue with the people, with the officer or anything like that. And I had my daughters with me, even if I didn't, have them with me, I'm not going to argue with the dude. But this is just trash. And I really and truly wish that law enforcement would just, I know that's how, you make your, you get people and stuff like that. But there are a whole lot of other people that are doing a whole lot more stuff literally in front of them, seem like sometimes, in these streets that I'm in, than somebody riding around with a license plate cover that is well lit at night because I fixed the light on it, but it's slightly cloudy, and that's why you pulling me over. I mean, is that really what our law enforcement is doing? First, you get me for the, the plate light not working, so I fixed that. Now my cover is slightly cloudy, but you can still read it, I'm sure. Unless you blind, then maybe, you shouldn't be driving or being law enforcement at all. But I said this to say this. Man, just go fight some other crime, I guess, shit. Because a slightly clouded license plate cover, that's some real petty shit to pull somebody over for. But once again, I put my hands on the steering wheel, cut the interior lights on, rolled down the window, and just cooperated. But I can definitely say this traffic stop was trash. 2 weeks, 2 traffic stops. Same general area, different departments. Go figure.